Apple is engaging Google in a deal reportedly valued at $1 billion annually to license Google's Gemini family of AI models. This partnership, anticipated to go live in late 2025, represents a fundamental overhaul of Apple's voice assistant, Siri. The core of the deal is to provide Siri with access to the immense power of Google's 1.2 trillion parameter server-side Gemini model, a quantum leap from Apple's own on-device models which, while efficient for personal tasks, lack the world knowledge and generative power of their larger counterparts. This move is a direct acknowledgement within Apple that its internal development of large-scale AI has not kept pace with the market leaders. The strategic and financial framework for this collaboration is built upon the long-standing, multi-billion-dollar agreement where Google pays Apple an estimated $20 billion per year to be the default search engine in the Safari browser. That existing relationship proves that both tech titans are willing to engage in pragmatic partnerships when their core strategic interests align, even amidst fierce competition. To address the inevitable privacy concerns, Apple has engineered a specific technical solution. All user queries intended for Gemini will first be processed through Apple's proprietary private cloud compute infrastructure. This system is designed to act as a secure, anonymizing intermediary, ensuring that Apple user data is isolated and not directly ingested into Google's broader ecosystem. The public messaging from Apple's marketing team has been carefully managed, as seen during its developer conferences where executives deliberately avoided industry hype, instead framing Apple Intelligence as a practical, personal intelligence system. This understated approach is a tacit admission that they are not yet competing on the same field as Google or OpenAI for broad, generative capabilities. The partnership is a calculated sacrifice of Apple's walled garden philosophy, a necessary strategic maneuver to prevent its trillion-dollar hardware empire from being anchored to an uncompetitive AI assistant, thereby buying it crucial time to advance its own foundational models. Between 2023 and 2024, Amazon committed a total of up to $8 billion to the AI research lab Anthropic. This massive financial commitment is a cornerstone of Amazon's strategy to compete in the generative AI era and is structured as a hybrid of direct capital and cloud resources. The initial phase involved a $1.25 billion cash investment, which was followed by a second tranche of $2.75 billion, bringing the total direct cash infusion to $4 billion. The remaining $4 billion is primarily composed of committed credits for Amazon Web Services, along with provisions for future cash investments tied to specific milestones. This structure is a classic cloud provider venture strategy. The direct cash provides Anthropic with the essential operating capital for research, talent acquisition, and expansion. The AWS credits, however, are arguably more valuable, serving as a non-cash subsidy that directly fuels Anthropic's most significant operational expense, the immense computational power required to train and run its large language models. In return for this backing, Amazon gains far more than simple API access to Anthropic's models. Anthropic has designated AWS as its primary cloud provider for its most mission-critical workloads, which explicitly includes safety research and the training of its future foundational models. This makes Anthropic a premier anchor tenant for Amazon's most advanced AI infrastructure, including its custom-designed Trainium and Inferentia silicon. The partnership provides Amazon with a powerful competitive differentiator, allowing its Amazon Bedrock service to offer the Claude family of models as a direct, high-performance alternative to Microsoft Azure's exclusive offerings from OpenAI. The deal creates a sophisticated financial recoupment flywheel for Amazon. A significant portion of the capital it invests in Anthropic is contractually obligated to be spent on AWS services, generating an immediate, high-margin revenue stream for Amazon's core business. This model transforms a high-risk venture investment into a powerful and de-risked customer acquisition tool, ensuring Amazon profits from the AI boom regardless of Anthropic's near-term profitability. In a clear illustration of the complex, multi-front war for AI dominance, Google has also invested heavily in Anthropic. In 2023, Google committed to investing up to $2 billion in the AI lab, building upon a prior investment of approximately $300 million. This move, despite Google developing its own frontier model, Gemini, is a calculated strategic play on two distinct battlefields, the AI model market and the cloud platform market. First, by providing substantial capital to Anthropic, Google actively funds OpenAI's most formidable competitor. This ensures the AI landscape does not devolve into a monopoly controlled by the Microsoft-OpenAI alliance, thereby fostering a more competitive and multipolar ecosystem which benefits Google in the long run. Second, and more immediately, the investment serves as a powerful lever to secure a massive, high-margin workload for Google Cloud Platform. The deal designated GCP as a preferred cloud provider for Anthropic. For Anthropic, having its two largest investors also be its two most critical and competing cloud vendors is not a conflict of interest, but the cornerstone of its operational strategy. This multi-cloud approach provides immense leverage, allowing Anthropic to orchestrate competition between AWS and GCP to secure the best pricing, priority access to scarce resources like next-generation GPUs and custom AI accelerators, and more favorable investment terms. The term preferred provider is not exclusive, there is a clear division of labor. AWS serves as the primary partner for the most demanding future model training workloads. Google Cloud, in turn, is a key partner for a substantial portion of Anthropic's inference tasks, the less intensive but high-volume process of running its trained models to serve live customer queries. For Google, the investment thesis is identical to Amazon's. The return is not predicated on Anthropic's near-term profitability, but on the immediate, guaranteed revenue generated when Anthropic spends the investment capital back on GCP services. The intricate web of investments in Anthropic is a direct strategic response to the single partnership that has defined the current AI era, the deep, symbiotic alliance between Microsoft and OpenAI. This relationship was fundamentally reshaped in a major corporate restructuring in October 2025, which clarified and solidified Microsoft's position. The deal provides Microsoft with a direct 27% equity stake in the newly formed OpenAI Group Public Benefit Corporation, a stake valued at approximately $135 billion at the time of the agreement, making it the largest outside shareholder. As part of this structure, Azure remains the exclusive cloud provider for all of OpenAI's model training and research, and OpenAI has committed to purchasing an additional $250 billion in Azure services, creating an unparalleled level of infrastructural and financial lock-in. A critical component of the agreement is the contractual definition and handling of artificial general intelligence, or AGI. AGI is defined in the charter as a highly autonomous system that outperforms humans at most economically valuable work. Originally, the power to declare the achievement of AGI rested solely with OpenAI's nonprofit board. The restructured agreement modifies this significantly. While the board may still make such a declaration, it must now be verified by an independent panel of experts before the contractual triggers are activated. The original, confusing capped profit model, which limited investor returns to a multiple of their initial investment, was entirely eliminated in this restructuring. It has been replaced by a more conventional corporate structure where all shareholders, including Microsoft, can participate in the company's growth without a predefined ceiling. However, a key financial arrangement remains tied to the AGI milestone. Microsoft receives 20% of OpenAI's revenue, but this revenue-sharing agreement is subject to change once AGI is independently verified. This structure represents a strategic masterstroke for Microsoft, providing it with a multi-year technological and financial head start, while contractually building in a mechanism designed to uphold OpenAI's original mission of preventing a single corporation from exclusively controlling a technology as powerful as AGI. The computational demands required to build toward AGI have grown so astronomical that even the immense scale of Microsoft's Azure cloud is insufficient. This reality led OpenAI to forge an alliance with an unlikely partner, resulting in the single largest cloud computing contract in history. In September 2025, Oracle and OpenAI signed a landmark 5-year deal. This is not an investment from Oracle and OpenAI. It is a massive service agreement projected to generate $300 billion in revenue for Oracle, with services commencing in 2027. Under the terms of the deal, Oracle is responsible for the immense upfront capital expenditure, estimated to exceed $100 billion, required to build a global network of dedicated data centers as part of OpenAI's Project Stargate initiative. In exchange, OpenAI has signed a legally binding, multi-year contract with take-or-pay clauses, committing it to purchase the vast computational capacity that this new infrastructure will provide. This binding commitment serves as a bankable revenue guarantee for Oracle, giving it and its financiers the security to deploy such a monumental amount of capital. While the full revenue stream is in the future, both parties receive immediate strategic benefits. For Oracle, the signed contract is a powerful financial asset that allows it to secure favorable financing for the build-out. More importantly, it provides the ultimate market validation, instantly elevating Oracle Cloud infrastructure to the top tier of AI providers and reshaping its market perception. For OpenAI, the deal provides its most critical strategic asset, a secured compute roadmap. This gives its research team certainty, allowing them to design next-generation models with the full knowledge of the immense computational budget that will be at their disposal, effectively de-risking their future from the volatility of the GPU market and the capacity constraints of other providers. The contract is a complex legal framework of master service agreements, binding purchase commitments, and stringent service-level agreements that legally obligate Oracle to deliver the required performance and uptime, making it the bedrock upon which both companies are staking their futures. In a final, decisive move to secure its computational supply chain, OpenAI executed a strategy of profound diversification by partnering with its primary backer's greatest rival. In November 2025, OpenAI and Amazon Web Services signed a multi-year strategic partnership valued at $38 billion. This marked OpenAI's first major infrastructure agreement with Amazon. The deal grants OpenAI immediate access to AWS's vast, existing infrastructure, most critically including its massive fleet of hundreds of thousands of state-of-the-art Nvidia GPUs available through Amazon's EC2 Ultra server instances. The motivation behind this partnership is pure strategic risk mitigation. By spreading its massive and growing computational workloads across 3 distinct hyperscale cloud providers, Microsoft Azure, the dedicated build-out from Oracle Cloud, and now Amazon Web Services, OpenAI is creating a resilient, multi-vendor foundation. This strategy insulates its operations from potential points of failure, whether they be regional outages, specific hardware shortages, or capacity constraints at any single provider. This $38 billion deal is the clearest signal yet that the resource requirements for training and deploying frontier AI models have expanded beyond the capacity of any single corporation. The scale of demand now transcends traditional business rivalries, compelling the world's leading AI research lab to arm itself with the best available infrastructure from every major player in the market to guarantee its path forward. While the titans of cloud computing wage a multi-$100 billion war over infrastructure, a new class of hyper-funded startup is aiming to redefine the very act of software creation. In July 2025, CognitionAI, the lab responsible for the autonomous AI software agent Devin, acquired the enterprise coding platform Windsurf. While the final price was undisclosed, the acquisition concluded a fierce bidding war that saw potential valuations reach as high as $3 billion. As a pre-revenue startup, Cognition was able to execute this massive purchase not with operational income, but with its formidable venture capital war chest. The company is backed by Silicon Valley's most influential investors, investors, including a pivotal $175 million funding round led by Founders Fund, which valued the 80-person startup at $2 billion. The acquisition was a masterclass in strategic acceleration. In a single stroke, Cognition transformed itself from a research-focused lab into a full-fledged enterprise software company. It instantly inherited Windsurf's established business, which included a roster of over 350 enterprise customers and an estimated $82 million in stable, annual recurring revenue. Critically, the deal was not an acqui-hire focused only on talent. While Google had previously poached Windsurf's founders in a separate licensing deal, Cognition retained the core operational team of approximately 400 engineers, sales staff, and support personnel. This ensured complete business continuity for Windsurf's existing clients. This acquisition allows Cognition to bypass the notoriously long and arduous enterprise sales cycle, which could have taken years to build from the ground up. It provides an immediate, trusted, and lucrative distribution channel into which it can now integrate its advanced Devin agent as a premium, high-value offering. Years before the current generative AI explosion, Microsoft made a decisive, multi-billion-dollar move to conquer a specific, high-value vertical industry, healthcare. In 2021, the company acquired Nuance Communications in a $19.7 billion all-cash transaction. This was not a play for consumer voice technology like Siri or Alexa. It was a strategic strike to embed Microsoft's cloud directly into the core clinical workflow. Healthcare represents a total addressable market of over $500 billion for technology providers, and Microsoft's ambition is to become the foundational digital platform for the entire industry. Nuance provided the critical missing piece. The company is the dominant provider of ambient clinical intelligence. Its flagship product, Dragon Medical One, is the industry standard for clinical voice recognition, used by an estimated 77% of U.S. hospitals and over 500,000 physicians worldwide to dictate notes directly into electronic health records. Its more advanced platform, Dragon Ambient Experience, or DAX, uses ambient microphones to listen to natural doctor-patient conversations and automatically generate structured clinical notes, drastically reducing the administrative burden that is a primary driver of physician burnout. The acquisition was a powerful accelerator for the Microsoft Cloud for healthcare. It immediately added over $1.5 billion in high-margin recurring revenue to Microsoft's books. More importantly, it created a powerful proprietary data flywheel. Every clinical interaction captured and processed by the DAX system serves as invaluable training data to further refine Microsoft's healthcare-specific AI models. This creates a formidable competitive moat. The more the system is used, the more accurate and valuable it becomes, making it increasingly difficult for competitors to challenge its entrenched position. This was a strategic purchase of decades of specialized data, market leadership, and, most critically, trust within the global healthcare industry. Following the same strategic playbook of acquiring a conversational front door to a complex system, ServiceNow executed the largest acquisition in its history. In March 2025, the company purchased Moveworks for $2.85 billion in a cash and stock deal. To characterize Moveworks as merely a user interface would be a gross understatement of its technological depth. It is a comprehensive, multi-layered conversational AI platform built specifically for the enterprise. The platform is powered by a proprietary large language model fine-tuned on the specific language of corporate IT and HR support. It also features the Moveworks Enterprise Graph, an advanced system that ingests and understands a company's entire internal knowledge base, from policy documents to technical articles. Finally, it possesses a deep integration and automation layer with hundreds of pre-built connectors into core enterprise systems like Workday, Microsoft 365, and ServiceNow itself. This allows the AI to not just answer employee questions but to take direct action, such as unlocking an account or provisioning software. The strategic goal for ServiceNow is to use Moveworks to transform its platform from a powerful but passive, form-based workflow engine into a proactive agentic AI system. Financially, the deal adds Moveworks as approximately $100 million in annual recurring revenue to ServiceNow's nearly $10 billion top line. The acquisition is expected to be slightly dilutive to ServiceNow's operating margins in the short term due to integration costs. However, the true financial goal is long-term. The integration is designed to create a new, premium product category that can be used to upsell ServiceNow's entire existing customer base, acting as a key growth engine to help the company achieve its stated goal of reaching over $20 billion in revenue by 2028. Ultimately, every cloud contract, every software application, and every AI model runs on a physical foundation of silicon. A final series of deals in 2025 signals a profound, geopolitically charged shift in how this foundational layer will be manufactured. A consortium of rivals, investors, and governments has moved to rebuild the American semiconductor giant Intel. In a stunning move, the dominant AI chip designer, Nvidia, invested $5 billion into its direct competitor. This investment is earmarked for the joint development of future personal computer and data center chips. Following this, the global technology holding company SoftBank purchased a $2 billion stake in Intel. These private investments were bolstered by a massive commitment from the U.S. government, which, through the CHIPS and Science Act, awarded Intel up to $8.5 billion in direct grants and made it eligible for an additional $11 billion in federal loans. The motivations for each party are distinct but aligned. For Nvidia, the investment is a strategic hedge. It aims to de-risk its near-total dependence on the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC, for its most advanced chips. In return for its $5 billion, Nvidia gains preferential access to Intel's future advanced foundry capacity, deep influence over its technology roadmap through joint R&D, and access to Intel's critical advanced packaging technologies. For SoftBank, this is not a traditional bank's financial play but a strategic move by a technology holding company to secure a foundational hardware supply for its vast ecosystem of portfolio companies, like ARM. For the U.S. government, the return on its investment is not financial profit but national security. The funding is a direct execution of industrial policy designed to onshore critical manufacturing, secure defense and infrastructure supply chains, and create tens of thousands of high-tech American jobs. This alliance alliance of competitors and state actors is a calculated maneuver to resurrect a fallen giant, explicitly designed to create a more resilient and competitive global semiconductor supply chain and to end the era of single foundry dominance. If you like the video, consider subscribing to the channel and turn on the notifications. We frequently upload videos related to tech and business.